As somebody who you know that you want to vote for Trump now, and just getting into the sphere of a debate, what is something that Biden could say that could sway you off of Trump?
I don't think he can because I don't understand anything he says.
So, remember when everyone said Joe Biden's not going to debate Trump? Well, now they look like real idiots, don't they?
Yeah, it's happening next month.
You're gonna do 2, right?
You're going to do 2 of them so far. And
But then no audience,
no audience.
and it's all like controlled, right? Like they can edit it, or it's not live, or
I don't know. I think it's live.
It's AI, dude.
It's AI?
I think it's gonna be AI.
What part is AI?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it, huh?
Trump's lines and Joe Biden.
Yeah, I don't know. Trump's the realest. He says the realest. He's the truth, baby. We need him back.
Let's go.
Trump, baby!
Because they don't want him to stomp on Biden, so they gotta go, oh, we gotta do like an AI Trump.
I'm really surprised that they went for a debate.
Well, they kind of have to, don't they?
No, they don't. When there's a sitting president, like, and they're going for re-election, usually there isn't.
you feel like
it's when
Biden
there's
has to do
two primaries and then they have to lead up to like a fresh new start.
Are you talking about? You're talking about the. You're talking about before the general election, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. During the presidential election, they have to debate, or at least traditionally. I don't think they have to.
No, they don't have to, but traditionally they do debate. Yeah.
What's the debate for?
It's for you, Ken. People like you who are undecided voters, so you can absorb the information. See, Subin doesn't even need to watch it. He knows
his mind is made up.
He knows he's voting for Trump.
Look, it's not even gonna be like who to pick me. You know, it's gonna be more like I'm gonna roast you and make you look bad. Because we all know Biden, he's just gonna be like, that's literally it.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Trump's gonna say facts and facts.
Trump's gonna say facts.
He gonna get burned.
I think Trump's gonna be entertaining.
I think yes, entertaining. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited
I
about.
never really watched. I think the last one I watched was McCain and Obama, and it was so boring to me.
They're always pretty bad.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm like, man, why is it full of like this political speech? Like it's so like corporate bullshit lies. Like the way that they talk, they don't talk like normal people.
Right.
And then when Trump came into the game, all he did was just roast the shit out of all the. It was so funny.
Made it so funny.
The primaries was so exciting.
When he's destroying Jeb Bush, dude.
The weak Jeb, that shit was so hilarious.
Dude, and I love too how like, there's always this stupid thing with it. There's like a decorum. Jeb Bush is like, first of all, I want to thank the University of Southern Texas for providing this beautiful stage. And Trump's like, you're gay. I love all that shit. That was killing me, man.
Because I actually thought people...
You can't stop that, bro.
Before that, I watched the Democratic primaries and I never watched the Republican ones because it wasn't fun. It was so boring.
Bunch of old guys talking about cutting Social Security.
It was a bunch of war hawking shit.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of like stupid immigrants coming into my country, whatever, right? And then after when Trump came, I was like, fuck, now this is fun.
He's just talking shit up there, man.
Yeah.
You think it's just adjusting to like the times, really? And Trump's like the one that started it?
He made it entertaining because he's from entertainment. He understands what people want to hear. Yeah. And then he's also speaking normally. Like
that's right there.
It's just everyone can relate and understand. Whereas, and he says things that I guess people, like politicians, have been avoiding, like calling out the military-industrial complex or like saying things that were like kind of taboo. He's always been the one that was like, yeah, there are loopholes.
Yeah. Like that part blew my mind.
Dave Chappelle one about like when he was debating Hillary, he's like, yeah, there are loopholes. I benefit, and so does your donors.
Yeah.
And then politicians never spoke like
he's like, another system is corrupt because I used it. I love that shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, guess what? You've been in office and you could have changed it, but you didn't. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Especially in contrast while the other candidates are saying this hoorah, crowd, like applause break type of material. And you're like, ugh.
Because everybody knows it's bullshit now.
But notice what we're talking about right now. We're talking about 2016. Do we remember any highlights from 2020 when Joe Biden and Trump squared off?
I remember listening to their debate while I was on a road trip in Colorado.
Yeah.
And we were listening to it on radio. And we're just like, man, Joe Biden is like boring.
I just remember Trump interrupting Biden the whole time the first debate.
And
it was
the,
like,
"Come
wild.
on, man."
Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The whole time. That's all he said.
Come on.
Yeah, no. At first it was like for me, I was like, yo, why is Trump saying all this crazy stuff? Like saying he's gonna deport illegals, and
In 2016.
yeah, and then and him saying all DACA residents no more, because at that time I was a DACA resident, and I was just like, hey, bro, what the fuck? That's me, man. Hold on. And I was like, what's going on here? But obviously, and deeper it got, it was just like the DACA residents is like you can't apply for new ones, but if you're already there, you're there. So I just didn't pay attention to that. But now that I had both sides, you know, I did like Biden at first, and then now obviously I was like, yo, that's the horrible decision ever. You know what I mean?
If you were a DACA guy, I remember Trump wanted to like get rid of DACA, right?
No, they did.
So they did. Oh, they did? I thought.
No.
I thought Biden.
You couldn't apply for new ones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I didn't care. But I was just like, well, if Trump becomes president, I'm joining the Marines or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at that time, I was so like just like thinking of the words and stuff, so I didn't really know what was going on. But now I pay attention more. I was like, damn, we actually need Trump back. Even if he was to deport people, I was like, I don't give a fuck. We need him back. America!
Don't pour me. I'm
Yeah. If it doesn't affect you, we're good.
I feel like that's actually way more balanced as a voter, because you did like Biden, and then you gave him a chance, and then you went, but then you went, it's like you're actually making a decision versus like there's this whole saying about like vote blue no matter who. And Tulsi was talking about that. And I remember growing up, I think that different political groups control different regions and cultures. We're very divided by race in America when it comes to politics too. It's not just class, it's not just like, what matters. And I kind of feel like growing up in LA, like we're taught to just be Democrats no matter what. If you aren't, then you're like a race traitor. And I don't like that, because I'm like, aren't you just American no matter what? And then like you should vote based on what you actually like think and believe, not because of your like tribe says you should.
Exactly.
And then I get it, like maybe people in the past it was true, but it's like I kind of think that right now we see a different face, and it started from Trump.
Yeah.
I think Trump started a different camp in the Republican Party.
He completely split the Republican Party, and now they own it. Like the MAGA forces own the Republican Party now.
Yeah, because before I didn't like the Republican Party because they were the neocons, and they were a lot
The
of
Cheneys and the Bushes and the Romneys. As somebody who that you want to vote for Trump now, and just getting into the sphere of a debate, what is something that Biden could say that could sway you off of Trump? Is that possible?
I don't think he can, because I don't understand anything he said. I'm trying. That's the thing. I don't want to be biased, but I'm like,
we all have our biases. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty dumb, okay?
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm trying so hard to listen to him.
Did you see how Bill Maher thinks that Biden is like of sound mind and he's fine and there's nothing?
Bill Maher doesn't even know about how inflation's actually affecting people. He thinks it's all tight.
He's so out of touch sometimes, bro.
it's
When he has some of these,
He doesn't think inflation is bad.
Yeah, remember we had Tulsi here and we were talking about how Jillian Michaels was on his show, the fitness chick.
That's right.
And she was like, he was like, oh please, everyone's complaining about the economy. The economy's great actually, Jillian. And then she's like, Bill, have you bought some eggs lately? Like obviously stuff that he doesn't even think about. Right. I mean, dude. The cost of goods went up like crazy.
Yeah. When's the last time he actually walked into a grocery store and bought shit?
Dude, I have a lot of hyper leftists in my family, and they're all pissed. Like they are all pissed at Biden because of that.
Dude, it seems like a lot of people are turning, bro. A lot of people who like are traditionally like that I know, they're Democrats. They're all like, dude, I'm thinking about voting Trump.
But doesn't that usually happen? Don't we usually seesaw from one extreme to another, and we're trying to balance it out? We're trying to pick the lesser of two evils, and it's just
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I feel like we're always given like candidates where people are like, it's either worse or worse. Bad or worse, it's like which one do you choose? Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because it's also like people. I don't think presidents has that much power. They're more like just a representative, and like local government and who you vote in. They probably have way more of an effect on your daily life than like the federal government.
Do you guys think that RFK should have a spot in the debates?
That'd be nice.
I think
I think that'd be cool.
But it'll be a 3-way fight, which is like I don't know. I think
At least you could still, even though he has that voice, you could still understand what he's saying.
100%. He's very eloquent.
Yeah.
No, but if it's a 3-way debate, Biden's completely out. Like, no one's gonna listen to him. No one's gonna hear him. He's just gonna be out. We're just gonna be paying attention.
Biden's listening to this right now. He's like,
I want to see. I do want to see
I'm gonna
him
get that
debate
vote.
Trump though. That would be interesting because they're both like super smart. So I don't know.
It'd be interesting. Oh, you mean Trump and RFK?
Yeah, because RFK knows a lot of shit too because of his history, and so does Trump. So what? How would they? You know,
Trump knows a lot of finishing moves, I think, if anything.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
He knows how to embarrass you on national television.
You're an asshole.
That voice, that's a terrible voice.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're saying.
Very weak.
good job, Nick.
a lot of low blows.
yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that they're actually gonna do it.
Next month, brother.
Yeah.
It's gonna be must-see TV.
And there's gonna be 2 of them.
As someone who just loves all this shit, as like I'm watching, monster cars.
What's your prediction going into it?
Going into the debate,
Yeah.
I think that everyone is underestimating Biden so hard. Like, we're basically saying he can't even walk and shit like that. So how bad can he do?
Yeah.
Unless he totally fucking sucks, like, and actually does do what Subin maybe thinks, and like falls off the stage or something.
I feel like whenever Biden talks with Trump, he actually doesn't do as bad as most people think he would do. Because he knows how to handle him, I think.
I also think that if it was that bad, they wouldn't be planning this to happen. Like they probably know something like is gonna happen, and they want something to happen, so that they're like, okay, let's make this happen.
Yeah, because I'm curious how true those rumors are. Because some people are saying like, yeah, he gets super drugged up before interviews and things
Trump
like
wants
that.
him to take a drug test before, which is. Again, it's just masterful to say that before the debate, because now everyone's going to be looking for anything about drugs.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect
It's
frame.
good framing, yeah. It's really good.
It's almost like they know what the chatter is, and then they're like playing into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, what do you think, Joe? Because I have a theory about this, and it's totally a theory, but I think, why do a debate in June? Before the debates, right? Trump hasn't even announced his VP pick yet.
Yeah.
I think it's actually to try to tell the Democrats, hey, do not replace me at the convention. Don't even think about replacing me at the convention because I'm already the candidate. You know what I mean? Like, because they could do that potentially. They could do that, and I think everyone's been guessing that maybe Gavin Newsom would step up because he's been doing a lot of media.
Dude, he's ass.
I agree with you. I'm not a fan, but
But I thought that that's one of the theories of the gameplay is to replace him.
I thought so.
But isn't
he's
it like
pulling
past
his
the dead? Isn't it past the deadline?
well, no, because it's all about the way the delegates vote at the convention. So as long before he actually officially gets nominated by the delegates, they could actually do something.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he won all those primaries, but if he chooses to step down, or they say it's a medical thing, or whatever they want to say.
Well, there's only 2, I guess, like possible was Michelle Obama and Gavin, right?
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps
And
saying.
then who else would actually?
Obviously, Kamala would want to.
But I don't know if she can compete against Trump.
I don't think.
Because I think their gameplay has to be around who is the most likely person to compete against Trump.
Her polls are terrible. Biden's polls are terrible. That's why people are talking about. There's murmurs about him being replaced.
So he has to have a strong showing in this.
I think so.
For
To prove to
them-
the Dems to keep him.
Yeah, the best combination would be Michelle Obama, front runner,
Yep.
and then Gavin as VP.
It's not bad. I just don't think Michelle will ever run.
Yeah, I think she probably doesn't. Yeah, but that was the
Because she would have announced it by now, right?
I don't know, but I don't.
Do people do that in politics where they do like a sneak reveal? Where she's like, hey, I'm running now.
could be, but that was wrong. That was
Dun, 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 dun.
You know how
Like attack.
you know how Vivek is like everywhere.
Yeah.
You never see Michelle Obama everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think she has that, whatever that is, that engine in her.
I don't even know if she wants to be it.
Because she would have to start campaigning already. and
Yeah, well, I
get
think
this-
she would just be that type of person who's just out there. She's in the mix and talking about issues and shit. And she does a couple talks a year. Not really. She's not like making a splash everywhere like Vivek or somebody like that.
But that was Roger Stone's assumption about which candidate would or which one they might prop up.
Oh, Michelle.
Yeah, and that was a super interesting take because he's been in politics and he's like a kingmaker, right? So when he was asked that was like the best gameplay and all that. And then so everyone was like, why wouldn't it be Gavin? And he goes like, right now in the Democratic Party, the way that it's going, they'll never put a white man in front.
They can't.
It has to be because it'll be hypocritical.
Yeah.
And then also, right now, it's like him against Trump. It won't work.
But they have a white guy in front. It's Biden.
Yeah.
A young, new,
To replace.
to
Biden.
replace,
I
to
get what
replace,
you're
to
saying.
replace.
Okay.
Yeah, he gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think on June, I'm just surprised that they announced it and they're gonna do it. And I think that the election's coming up, and usually around these times, there's always like some type of crazy shit that happens that they publicize and they want you to be distracted by, especially in May. So, like when it comes to like, hey, let's divert our attention to some crisis, whether it's a war, whether it's whatever, it happens around this time, spring.
Interesting.
Dude, that's crazy to think that these crises happen like right before elections.
So plans.
Crisis happens.
do you guys think
Also,
it's gonna
like interest rates, things like that. Don't the economy or like I'm gonna do some forgiveness loans. All these things lead up because they want people to react immediately and remember things. Like Biden could have forgiven the loan the first year he got into office that he said he was gonna do, but he didn't do any of that, right?
Liar.
And then
It's like when the Democrats were in charge of both houses and the presidency, they could have codified Roe v. Wade, but they didn't.
they did it, yeah.
It's just a political issue.
And then last minute, right before, while it's fresh in everyone's minds, they'll do a win, and then they go, oh, they're doing things out there, so let's vote.
They're making things happen.
Yeah, it's a gameplay, dude. They've been doing it forever. Like, I don't know why people take things for face value and they think everyone's so earnest. Like, they think like politicians are saying things honestly, the things that are
Who
happening.
thinks that?
Like, there's a lot of people that actually.
the people who watch, like, if
Yeah.
you watch MSNBC or Fox or any of that, you're
Or
just
are
on a
they
team.
like fed a narrative to portray that they think that so other people can also think that?
Well,
Because
definitely.
I don't think people truly think that politicians are like.
Well, I think people know that politicians lie, but I don't think they
Universities.
know the extent to how bad the lie is. For them, so for example, like they might watch something and go, "Oh yeah, Trump is homophobic because of the narrative that this CNN said or something," and then they're like, "Well, I can't vote for a homophobic man, so I'm gonna vote Biden," right?
I had a friend of mine during the last election, and it was just after they always do the conventions, right? Where they always tell a story to try to emotionally attach you to a candidate so that you're like bubbled up with feelings you can't wait to go vote. And I remember my friend was like, no, Joe Biden's a good man. I think he's a good man. I'm like, good man, like good man, like of all the things you could say, like good man.
But that's what everyone says. They talk about their character of the candidate, right?
But that's why when you're saying like, who does anybody trust a politician?
Right.
It's the individual politician they try to emotionally attach you to, and like
Sure.
it gets those hooks in, and yeah, like I said, it's like a magic trick. I saw
Yeah.
a friend of mine say he's a good man. I'm like, you just watched the fucking convention, didn't you?
You just read his book, huh?
You're drooling out of your mouth watching the convention, didn't you?
It's happening in June because Gervonta Davis is gonna be fighting crazy amount of people. First of all, the boxing matches are gonna be crazy in June.
Let's go fight.
The craziest fights are happening in June. And second of all,
Jake Paul in July, brother. Oh yeah. Jake Paul Tyson.
The fight months.
yeah, it's the fight month. Everyone's sitting out. It's Pride Month in June. It's Pride Month in June. My birthday's in June.
Shit, shout out.
My mom's birthday's in June.
Hey, your mom and I are.
Hey, my
July.
mom's birthday is in June
Well,
too.
listen,
What?
sick.
That's fun.
Oh wow, that's sick. But what I'm saying is, remember last time some crazy shit about Trump's trial was about to happen, and then next thing you know, they said they found 3 aliens in Mexico, and they showed the what the aliens look like. I'm like, motherfucker, some
like-
grandma made that shit.
It looks like a
inside.
sandcastle they put in a bed sheet.
That really made me believe there's no aliens in this world. This is a lie.
Paper mache, dude.
Yeah.
Construction paper alien.
Right, like reveal. I'm like, this is how you guys are gonna reveal aliens.
Yeah, whatever happened to the results of that?
Exactly.
People forget. People move
Yeah,
on.
They're still on trial, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Trump's trial.
My friend Tony, growing up, his birthday's in June.
Oh yeah.
Where we tell the real facts.